Hi, my leadership goal diggers. It's Christina Stark again. Happy Monday. Good to see you. So I'm going to try a little different format today, and let's see if we can't get some participation. Because I realized as we did Leadership Academy, it was really, I don't know if you guys saw, but Leadership Academy this time was really, really cool. Hi Trudy, hi Andrea. It was so awesome because we did most of our training at the mansion. And the mansion is really cool because it sleeps so many people. Hi Giovanni, good to see you here. So one of the things that we had 30 girls from all over the United States and from Canada participate in this. So you have to be a team manager or senior team manager. So my goal is, again, to get you out of this group into the into Tracy Ashford's team manager, senior team manager group. So we want to make sure that that you do the things that I post here on the Leadership Goal Diggers. These are the exercises, and if you haven't had a chance to watch them, you don't have to watch them, but listen to them and take notes. Even if you need to keep a maybe a notebook of what you're watching so that you can go back and watch those items again. All right, so one of the things that I had to do at Leadership Academy was train on team meetings. Now, I mentioned this on Friday that I think I was going to talk about team meetings because actually that's one of the things that you need to put into your calendar. All right, so those of you who are participating in my time management 8-week challenge, congratulations, you are locked in. Those of you who missed out on this, but hey, you know what? You can continue to be accountable by doing it for the rest of the time, but you won't be eligible for that planner. But guess what? You can buy your own planner afterwards because your business is going to increase, guaranteed, okay? So I did talk about team meetings. Now let's talk about team meetings because that's what this nugget is all about. And what I might do is I might want to bring one of you on to share your experience of your team meeting. If you are doing team meetings, I want to hear from you. So this is the cool thing. Why I've turned the format this way is because I can actually invite you to come on and share your team meetings. Anything that you've done that has made it successful. So not yet. I'll ask you in a few minutes here who wants to get on here and give a testimonial or something that you've done. But let's talk about team meetings. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Good morning. You must be in Australia or New Zealand. All right, let's talk team meetings. Why do we have team meetings? Remember how I've talked about being the CEO of your own business? Well, guess what? Your team meetings, if you've worked in retail, if you worked outside of the home, you always know that you have staff meetings. There's always either a weekly or a monthly staff meeting. That's exactly what team meetings are for you and your team. Okay, this is you and your level ones. If you want to bring in level twos because you have a small group, that's totally fine. But remember, this is basically starting at the top. If you're the CEO and if you were Elizabeth Thibodeau here at Jamberry, she's the top. Well, what does she do? She meets with her level ones, her VPs of the different areas of operations and product and sales and warehousing and all that stuff. She meets with them and gives them the information. And then those people, each of them, meet with their teams and meet and disseminates the information down. So it's like a top of the cone like this, the triangle. So you have the CEO who disseminates the information, kind of like the food pyramid, I guess. You talk about this and then it disseminates. So each one then goes down, it trickles down. All right. And that's what your team meetings are for. Now you should be having them on a monthly basis, at least once a month. Okay, now if you're thinking that, well, I'm doing that and I'm doing it Facebook Live, and you're not getting any participation or anything like that, I'm going to tell you why that probably isn't the best strategy. I'll tell you the purpose behind team meetings, of course, is to disseminate information, but there are also 3 other reasons why people come to a team meeting. One is to get info, one is to feel involved, and another is to get recognized. Okay? So those 3 reasons are why people show up for team meetings. Are they getting info? Are they feeling involved? And are they getting recognized? So think about your team meetings. Are you reaching 1, 2, or 3 of those points in your team meeting? Are those people feeling 1, 2, 3 of those points by attending your meeting? Okay? They want to get involved, they want to be recognized, and they want to get the information. So how do we do team meetings? Well, a lot of you I know may be doing them Facebook Live. Well, guess what? Just like this, I'm going to say I'm the talking head, okay? It's me disseminating information to you, and really at the end of the day, some of you are going to feel involved because you're commenting and things like that, but a lot of you are not really watching the information or don't make it a priority to listen to it. So at the end of the day, are you really getting anything out of it if you're not listening to it? So regarding your Facebook Lives, is your team making other excuses to not be there? Like, oh, something came up. Well, I know life is going to throw you curveballs, but on a monthly basis, does that mean that they're like finding something else to do? Oh, it's going to be there. I'll find it. I'll do that. I'll watch it later. Really? I'm going to tell you, there's always a good, better, and best format. All right? Good is doing Facebook Live because you're actually doing the team meeting. Better is doing it live, okay? Or actually Zoom is better. And our best is obviously doing it live, in person, meaning that you have local people together. But I will say, if you have local people, get together and then Zoom in your people that are far away. Okay, that way then you have the best of both worlds. That's what I want you to do, is I want you to find out Zoom. Now, a lot of people do this. They go, I don't know how to use Zoom. Well, don't keep that from you, or don't keep yourself from trying it out if you don't know how to use it. You need to learn how to do something different. And I will tell you, it's really easy. There are tutorials on it. So Zoom, ZOOM.us, gives you a free version that you can actually record the team meeting for up to 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, it's great. And I personally like my coaching calls that I do with people in Zoom because 1, I see their face, and 2, I know they're not doing the dishes. I know they're not running errands. I know that they are focused and present and want to learn and grow, and I know they're taking notes. Okay, that's why I love seeing people Zoom-wise. So when you are doing Facebook Live, that's great. But it's even better when you do it via Zoom or Skype. And it's even better if you do it in live. That's what I would like you to try to do. And that would be like the gold star version, okay? So those of you who have not tried Zoom, again, go to zoom.us. If you have Skype, you can do that. If you have Google or Gmail, you can use the Google Hangouts. They have a video version of it. Something where you can actually see the people. I will tell you, it is great because you get interactivity. This is why, remember we talked about getting information, but the other one was being involved. Where people can be involved, they can ask questions and we can respond. And I think that having everyone on together, more brains are better than one. You guys can come up with ideas. What is working? Maybe what's not working? And come up with those suggestions, okay? So Karen's saying Zoom is fantastic. We had locals at my house. The rest of the team joined in Zoom. That's exactly it. You get the best of both worlds that way. So I want you to have it. This is, when do you do them? You do them on a monthly basis, okay? They should be consistent. You should have them on a set date every single month. So you could say, okay, it's going to be the second Monday of the month, or the second Thursday of the month, or it's going to be the third Wednesday of the month. But you decide on when that's going to be and what's best for most of the team. Now, you need to have it consistent. As I said, choose that date. We need to find a time that will work for most everyone to be able to join in. But of course, you're probably not going to get everybody in there. Okay, that's just basically, it's hard. If I were to try to ask all 2,000 of you to try to join me on this, I even have a hard time. I only get like 50 people on a live training. So out of 2,000 that are in the group. So I know life is busy and whatnot. So if you do have it recorded, make sure your people are listening to it. Make sure that people are getting something out of it. And you want to ask possibly what people are getting out at the next team meeting. Okay, this is troubleshooting. It won't be perfect at the beginning. It won't. I promise you that. It's not going to be, but it's going to get better. Okay, so what do you talk about it? Well, you want to talk about, and I want to take a look at my notes. How do you get people at it? Well, you assign people to talk about stuff. That could be maybe about their why. Maybe you talk about how they're working one of the promotions. Maybe you have them talk about a training. This is how you're going to groom those leaders and get them comfortable. We need to have them talking and sharing so that they become more comfortable in front of people. Okay? And if people feel like they're contributing, they're going to show up. Now, I will tell you, some people still don't show up, even if you've assigned them. So as a leader, know that that might happen. But put together a plan of what you want to talk about. One of those things is talk about a brand value. One of our brand values, by the way, those of you watching that don't know what a brand value is, it is not a product. A brand value is be a family, be creative, be unique, be generous, be a blessing. And now we have additionally, be fearless, be fresh, be daring, be now. Okay? Be, those are values. How are you incorporating one of those in your business? So you can assign that to somebody. Okay, maybe the month's theme is, and you can announce that, our month's theme is be unique. How are you being unique in your business? And you assign 2 people to talk about it. Okay, if you have a small team, you can just make one person be on there. Or talk about that. So talk about promotions and training. Don't forget that you can assign somebody to give the updates or the highlights of the products that are coming out, and how do you promote them. That could be somebody else. So think of ways to incorporate people into the team meeting instead of you being the talking head. This is why I've introduced peer trainings or special guests, because I know you guys get tired of talking or me talking. So have that. You also want to talk about team goals. Now, team goals is not you telling people what to do. Each person has a goal. Each person needs to determine what their goal is. Okay? And so perhaps the team goal is we're going to work on signing up Style VIPs. My personal goal is I'm going to sign up 10 Style VIPs this month. Kelly, what is your goal to sign up Style VIPs? All right, Elizabeth, what is yours? Laura, what is yours? Andrea, what is yours? Oh, I see. Okay, together, our team goal is going to be 25 Style VIPs. Did you see that? So you put in your number plus everybody else's. That's the team goal. Now, if you see that people are going shy of it, you could say, okay, looks like everybody together, we have 25 people we want to sign up. Let's shoot for 30. Let's go for 30 as a team. Just pushing the bar up just a little bit. Same thing with recruiting. Can you go just a little bit higher? So that is what you want to do, is you want to make it a team goal so that everybody feels contributing. Or, okay, what is your goal for your QV this month? My goal is going to be, I'm going to hit 750 QV this month. Elizabeth, what is yours? Laura, what is yours? Andrea, what is yours? And hopefully you can say, okay, let's bump it up by 25, each of us. That way then together we'll be $100 more than, or 100 points more than we would have been. That is what I mean by a team goal. It's not you putting a number out there randomly, but it could start this way so that everybody feels like it's attainable. Remember, they need to be attainable goals. If you put something too high and people will not be able to reach it, they don't feel like they can do something and they will fall off. Recognition. You want to have recognition in the team. So during your Zoom calls, you have recognition. You could have somebody, choose somebody on the team and recognize them for a reason. Say, I had a really bad month, and so is my battle buddy this month, and she really helped me, make it through the month. Or you can have somebody you can recognize them for consistency. They could be consistently showing up for the team meeting, okay? They could be consistently hitting that 200 every single month. Or, somebody who has come out from nowhere and then is suddenly active, recognize that person. You need to find out what they want, okay? Most people love words of affirmation, and that, by recognizing, is a great way for people to know that they feel part of the team, okay? Also, so you can decide on team awards, you can talk about consistency, you can talk about being active, people hitting goals, rank promotions, whatever you want to talk about. This is your team meeting. Remember, it's your staff meeting. Why do people want to show up? Because they want to feel good, right? And if they feel a part of it and they feel good about what they're doing, they are going to stay. So that is probably one of the biggest things. Is I had a quote here from Ken Blanchard, who I really don't know who he is, but it's a great quote nonetheless. When none of us is as smart as all of us. Okay, so I want you to remember that together you guys will be a lot stronger and a lot more profitable, because together you're coming up with great ideas. Okay, so let's see here. Is there anyone, let's see, one of my team ladies left our group chat when we were sharing info. We'll get onto that. Team awards. Okay, there we go. I'm just reading things. So anybody, any of my leaders out there, any of my emerging leaders, are you having team meeting? Who are having team meetings? What has worked out for you? So comment here, because I love to invite you to share something that perhaps to the rest of the team here, not just through chatting, but actually through video, because I want to pay attention. Somebody had told me all about this, so I want to see if this works. We're going to try, people. Let's see. Anybody who want to comment for me on something that has worked in their team meetings that they haven't. Does somebody want to be brave enough to come on camera? If you will mark it down and say, I'd love to share, that would be great. Let me pick one or two people. So let's see here. Anybody feel brave enough? I saw Andrea's name on here, but I'm not sure if you're doing. Let's see. Okay, Caroline, you do your meetings through group chat. You do voice messages when you get on. They're available so everyone can be available. Let's see here. We had an agenda and my TM came. Karen, would you like to share how that went? Would you like to? And Jasenia, you're a team manager. You're not supposed to be on here. I forgot to take you off. Ha ha ha. So let's see. Now we do Zooms. Okay, there you go. There's a lot of people on here who are commenting. Anybody? I'll be brave. Okay, Karen, I'm going to bring Karen on camera. If she joins me, let's see if this works. You're going to be my very first. I've invited you. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of exciting. Oh, there she is.
Good morning.
You're my first. Okay, Karen, be brave. Tell them how things went.
So we had all of the local girls and my TM came to my house. Sorry, I've just noticed I'm swinging, so I'll stop so no one gets motion sickness. All of the local girls and my TM came to my house, and I promised that I'd bake them slice. So they all came around for the slice, and the rest of the team were invited to join via Zoom. So we had the computer set up on the table, and pointed it at the team so that anyone that wanted to join via Zoom could join in. And one of the girls was actually really shy and didn't want to Zoom, so she joined in via phone chat.
Okay, I will tell you, that is fantastic. Okay, because you're from Australia, Karen, right? You have that lovely accent. So tell us what slice is.
Oh, so it's like you bake things and then you cut it into fingers.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so
like
treats.
Like a biscuit or a cake or a cookie or anything yummy that you can cut up and share. I didn't realize you didn't have slices.
No, we don't call them slices. See, this is what's so great, to find out what other cultures do. So basically, you made something for somebody to eat. You made treats for people to eat.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
So our TM is actually vegan. So I made a vegan dish that we cut up and shared. Yeah.
There you go. That's awesome. So you know your team and you get to know what they can and can't have. So that's great. Fabulous.
Yeah. So
Thank
we also
you,
had
Karen.
an agenda, and I did ask them all to input into what they wanted on the agenda as well. They'd all been very quiet with the new changes and the rolling over with the new QV rollovers and whether they were going to stay hobbyists or work their business. So I really wanted to get them all talking about that. And it was really good. So they did all get the information on that and actually have a chat about whether they were staying or whether they were going to be hobbyists. And all of them are staying, I'm very happy to say. But they had input into...
Oh, looks like
that was my
froze.
husband. Oh. I don't know what happened then. So they're all, they are all staying. I'm happy to stay, but they all had input into the agenda. So they all were able to discuss what they wanted to include in the meeting. Rachel said it was delicious. She came to my meeting.
Excellent. Excellent. That's exactly what we want. All right. So I'm going to drop you off right here. Karen, thanks for being brave. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Welcome.
So thank you. That was like my first there. So I love also those of you who have team members that might be shy on Zoom. You don't have to have the video option. They can stay without the camera on there. So there's an option that says start video. They don't have to start that video, but they can it'll just have their name on there. So at least you can see that they're on there and you can hear them via audio. So that is probably a less intimidating way. So even through Zoom, it can be an audio version. So just knowing that they're participating. So Karen, that was great because she said that the whole team had input in what they wanted to discuss. So that is a great way. So I highly recommend you trying a Zoom team meeting, and also at the end of that meeting, set up and make sure that everybody knows when the next team meeting is going to be. All right. And then have that so that's set. And make sure that nobody sets up a party on that night. Now, granted, if they already had a party set up already ahead of time, that's great. But again, make them one-offs. And also that you want to make sure that they're there because sometimes those meetings or those parties cancel. And then what are they going to get out of it? They're going to actually get more out of the team meeting than they were going to get out of the party because they're going to come up with solutions to some of the issues that they might have. And this is what's so great about team meetings. Again, that quote, none of us is as smart as all of us. Okay, so I have a challenge for you. Yes, I do. So I'm going to give you the challenge to have your own team meeting by the 22nd of November. Mountain time. Okay. So the end of November 22nd Mountain time. So depending on, wherever you are in the world, you just have to calculate having that done by November 22nd. And I want you to hold it via Zoom or Skype. It will not be eligible if it is on FaceTime or via Facebook Live, because I want you to try Zoom. I'm trying to stretch you outside your comfort zone. You can have that live component. You can have it, the combination of live and Zoom. However you do it, if you want to do it live and in person with your local team, great. I want you to post a picture of your team. Either it's a screenshot on Zoom or Skype or Google Hangouts, or if it's in person, then take a picture of that. I want you to post that picture. And then I want you to post what your team goal is for December. Remember, this is together. Post a team goal. You don't have to tell me everything that you're doing, whether it is a Style VIP or a recruiting goal or a QV goal, TQV goal. So whatever it is, or that you're all going to incorporate a brand value into your business for the month of December, and then post your next team meeting date, because I want you to get into the practice. Remember? So I have Good as Gold, okay, right there as I'll have 3 winners for Good as Gold, and hopefully by November 22nd, we'll have some pictures of some teams and some pictures or some postings of what team goals are, as well as the next date for your team. And again, don't forget, if you have not, submitted your photo, or you didn't get locked in for the time management challenge, unfortunately, you won't be eligible for the planner, but I will tell you, it will be worth being accountable for, and the opportunity that you'll have to make your business more consistent will be more valuable than a planner. You'll be able to buy a bazillion planners after I get done with you and this 8-week challenge. So be sure to watch for the posting of the graphic. That will be posted every Thursday, so you have the time to make sure you get that in by the Sunday date on that graphic. And I am excited to see how you finish this year. All right. So those of you who, again, think up here, if you want it bad enough, and I don't care if it's a planner, I don't care if it's a paycheck, I don't care if it's sanity, if you want it bad enough up here, as my CrossFit coach says, you will make it happen. Okay, so make it be a value up here. You want it badly, and I know you want to have your business succeed. I want you to think of it that way. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow. And again, I love having somebody join in and share. So this might have to be something I incorporate every day. So don't be afraid of showing up and learning, because I just have to invite you, and I'll ask for it, and be brave. But again, I'm also asking for peers. If you want to be a peer guest, be sure to private message me. And before you private message me, have your kind of bullet points of what you would like to talk about to the group. Okay, so you need to think ahead and think about a topic that would benefit the entire team, and a testimonial, something that you're actually putting into practice that would benefit the team. Okay, that's or the group. That's how I would like it. So kind of like a call for entries, and you're going to make a submission through private messages. So I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for joining me today. Again, have another productive day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.